Hi there, it's a public holiday here. It's Monday and I'm sleepy. I did grab a bite to eat with beans and other protein. um, it was delicious. Um, but now I'm at home on this public holiday on my own, and I'm thinking about poems to submit to the Chicago Review, I think it's called. I've submitted so many poems to so many magazines, I've lost count. And sometimes they take up to 6 months to reply. So, yeah, it's a bit exhausting, if not exhaustive. But there is a poem that I have not yet submitted anywhere. And I was thinking about this one for the Chicago Review. They're supposed to have opened for submissions on the 1st of October, but so far their submission link via Submittable has not gone live. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But being someone that's been involved in editing journals, I can see that sometimes there can be time lags. So I'll be watching like a hawk. So let me read you that poem. It's called The Silkworms. And it seems particularly pointed, if not poignant, given that this is kind of silkworm season. Um, I mean, putatively, it could be silkworms all year round, but definitely when it comes to mulberry trees in this area, they are all pretty much in bloom, and all the fruits, the berries are out, and they're ripening. They're ripening, and some of them are dropping and staining the pavement. So there's quite a few mulberry trees that have been dropping their fruit, and other people coming up and picking, and I've been one of them. Definitely, definitely. So let me see if I can find this. The silkworms. So as a kid, we used to basically feed silkworms what they feed on, which are mulberry tree leaves. And the funny thing about that is that they just keep eating and eating and eating and eating until they grow like 400 times the size. So the poem sort of tracks the different instars, as they're known, the different cycles of growth. It's called the silkworms, and it's divided into the 5 instars. So we have 1 to 5. The silkworms. 1. Ruminants, cropping away all their lives. Blind little fingers, powdery as inner tubes, groping for light. White as which it is, the mechanism of teeth like circular saws. I sequestered them, determined to observe minutely in a shoebox their rise and fall. These silkworms, Bombyx mori, the encyclopedia said, and so I scoured for facts as they scoped for mulberry leaves. 2. With expected growth 800 times their size, well, there you go, in 3 weeks, miniature dragons, tamed for their magic properties by the Japanese. Little legs weakened through centuries of perfected use or misuse. How green became silk as liquidly as milk anyone's guess. Egyptian slaves to their own pursuit, tireless, inchoate. So many lives to complete. I watched them all, the 5 instars, taking in the strong semen smell of their bodies that swelled under corsets of yellowing skin, eaten when shed like afterbirth. Each changed something they couldn't stop, like death, having no say in it. Mere dress rehearsals for a final act. 3. When they got fat as thumbs and in crazed figure 8s cast an infinity of silk. It was a trick, this, each creation like a piece of gnocchi or fuzzy egg. Do not disturb, stuck to the cardboard sides, an alien menagerie. 4. Oh, ugly angel, pale soul cast on flightless wings, emerging old as men and with little dignity, like crushed roses from the cocoons. This is what I am, they seem to say. Take full stock. This is what you've harboured all along. Antennae like false eyelashes. Compound eyes where there were none before. That could pierce your very soul like a hypnotist's stare. And scales of fur that scraped off, dusty like Dickens' old bride. 5. It was winter in the box, so white. Indescribable things were going on. Each moth stuck like bathroom plungers, end to end. Checking World Book Volume S number 17 one more time, I found out about reproduction, something barely hinted at in sex ed. But this was strange, that buzzy pungency of pheromones knocked me back like a gas. And within days they were everywhere. Little yellow poppy seed eggs, lentils when magnified, and stuck like nail varnish to the box. So that was a poem I also wrote probably in the 90s, but I had a lot of fun writing it because that's exactly the ritual that was involved and the kind of forensics of observation and the uncanny quality of it all. I hope you enjoyed that poem, and let's hope that we can find a poem home for this, not a shoebox, so to speak, but something that's more transformational.